They thought she was soft. She stood another blonde in a cheerleader uniform with a pretty face and a fake smile. What they didn't know, what they couldn't possibly have known, was that she had been trained to fight by a man who had taken lives. On foreign soil, who had survived ambushes and firefights most people only saw in movies, that man was her father. He taught his daughter well. Savannah Blake wasn't the girl most people assumed she was. Sure, she wore the uniform, she danced at halftime, and she smiled when the camera panned to the cheer squad. But her home life was far from the glittery world of pom-poms and pep rallies. Her father, Master Sergeant Daniel Blake, had returned. From 3 tours overseas with scars no doctor could see, the Blake home was quiet, structured, steeped in discipline, resilience, and survival. Savannah grew up on obstacle courses in their backyard, learning how to throw a punch by the time she was 8 and perfecting chokeholds before she turned 13. But at school, she kept that part of herself buried. She knew what it meant to be different. Girls were supposed to be graceful, not deadly, so she played the role. That was until senior year, until they pushed her too far. It started small, as these things often do. Madison Turner, the alpha of the cheer team, felt threatened the moment Savannah was made co-captain. Madison came from old money, the kind with foundations named after ancestors and family names carved into the side of school buildings. She didn't like sharing the spotlight, especially with someone like Savannah, who didn't throw lavish parties or date football players. Whispers turned to sabotage. Her uniform mysteriously went missing before a big game. Her locker was stuffed with rotten food. Anonymous notes started appearing in her textbooks. Try smiling more, freak. Cheerleaders aren't supposed to look like soldiers. It stung. Even for someone as tough as Savannah, it stung. But the moment everything changed came in the parking lot after practice one rainy Friday night. Savannah was walking alone. Hootie pulled over her head when the black Jeep screeched to a halt in front of her. Madison stepped out first, flanked by 2 of her loyal shadows, and Jess. It was supposed to be a prank. They had their phones out, already recording. "Look at you," Madison sneered, walking around like a little ghost. "What's the matter? Too scared to show your face without Daddy around?" Savannah said nothing. She kept walking, hands in her hoodie pockets. But Madison wasn't done. Or is it true what people say? That your dad's just a washed-up soldier with PTSD and a daughter who thinks she's in an action movie? Something in Savannah stopped, her boots planted. She turned. "I'm going to say this once," she said, voice low but steady. "Walk away." Madison laughed. "Or what? You'll cry." The other girls chuckled, circling closer, shoving her lightly. Then, one of them just pushed too hard. Savannah stumbled back, hitting the side of a car. That's when instinct kicked in. The training her father drilled into her every weekend came roaring to the surface. No hesitation, no mercy. Savannah moved like lightning, her foot swept under Jess's legs, sending her flat to the ground with a cry. Before Rachel could react, Savannah stepped in and twisted her wrist, disarming her of the phone she'd been recording with. A pivot, a duck, and Savannah was behind her, hands poised just above her shoulder blade in a lock so tight, Rachel dropped to her knees. Madison screamed, backing up, dropping her own phone. "Stop! Are you crazy?" Savannah didn't say a word. She released the girls and picked up both phones, calmly deleting the videos before tossing the devices back onto the Jeep's hood. "You think I enjoy this?" she said, her voice cold now. "You think I want to fight people? I hide who I am every single day just to survive girls like you, but not anymore." Madison blinked, stunned silent. Rain poured harder, soaking them all, but none of the girls moved. Savannah walked away, heart pounding in her chest, the ghost of her father's voice in her mind. "Don't start the fight. But if it comes to you, you finish it." The fallout was instant. By Monday, the story had gone viral, lonely this time. Not because of the video. The rumors flew. Savannah the fighter. Savannah who took on 3 girls and walked away untouched. Some whispered she was dangerous. Others quietly called her a hero. The cheer squad was split. Madison tried to spin the story, but it was too late. Everyone saw through her. The coach demoted her, and Savannah was promoted to full captain. For the first time in years, Savannah didn't hide. She started wearing her dad's old army jacket over her uniform. She held her head higher. She didn't need to be popular anymore. She had something better respect. From her classmates, from her teachers, from herself. But the most important moment came later that week. When her dad pulled into the driveway and saw her waiting on the porch, I heard he said, voice calm but watchful, "You all right?" She nodded. "I didn't start it." He gave her a small smile. "But you finished it?" She smiled back. "Like you taught me." That night, they trained together again. Not because she needed to fight, but because it reminded her who she was. Strong, focused, unbreakable. By the end of the year, Savannah gave a speech at graduation. She didn't talk about grades or cliques or dances. She talked about courage, about standing up for yourself without becoming the very thing you're fighting, about how strength doesn't always look the way people expect. And when she ended, her speech with a tribute to her father, her first teacher, her fiercest protector, half the room stood to applaud. The other half sat in silence, wondering how they ever underestimated her. Moral of the story? Never judge a girl by her pom-poms, especially not if her dad taught her how to disarm a grown man in 3 seconds.